You paid $347 for professional flea treatment. The technician sprayed every carpeted room, every upholstered surface, told you to stay out for 3 hours and wash all bedding. You did everything right. 14 days later, you felt the first bite on your ankle. You called the company. Their word for what happened? Reinfestation. That word is doing a specific amount of legal work, and the reason they chose it over the accurate word, emergence, is written into a specific clause in their service guarantee. There is a number the pest control industry tracks internally and is never published in any customer-facing document. It is the number that explains the 14-day bite. I'll show you that number at the 6-minute mark. The treatment your technician applied consists of 2 compounds. The first is a pyrethroid concentrate, permethrin or bifenthrin, same family as every product in this series. The second is an IGR, insect growth regulator, methoprene or pyriproxyfen, a compound that disrupts the hormonal pathway juvenile fleas use to complete metamorphosis. At commercial bulk pricing, $3.17 for the pyrethroid application, $1.02 for the IGR. Total product cost per visit, $4.19. Labor, 45 minutes at a field technician rate of $19 per hour. Total cost to deliver your service visit, $18.44. Their charge, $347. That's a 1,781% margin on a product that, and this is the part they know, structurally cannot work in a single treatment. Not because the chemistry is wrong, because of what happens inside your carpet at the moment of treatment. Here is the problem the industry documented in its own research literature in 1952 and has not volunteered to a single customer since. The flea you see, the adult biting your ankle, represents 5% of the total flea population in your home at any given moment. 5%. The remaining 95% is in the carpet, in the upholstery, inside the fibers of your mattress seams, in forms that the spray cannot reach, and that your technician, legally, is not required to address. The word reinfestation is important here because it implies that new fleas entered your home from outside after treatment. That framing matters. Reinfestation triggers a free retreatment under most service contracts. What actually happened 14 days later is classified differently in the fine print, and that classification is worth a second service fee. The flea, Catinocephalides Fleas, the cat flea responsible for 95% of residential infestations, regardless of whether you own a cat, completes 4 life stages: egg, larva, pupa, adult. Here is the population breakdown in any active household infestation at the moment a technician walks in. 50% of the flea population, eggs, laid in carpet fibers and pet bedding at a rate of 40 to 50 per day per adult female. Microscopic, smooth, no surface for contact insecticide to adhere to. 35%, larvae, first through third instar, feeding on organic debris and adult flea feces in carpet pile. Pyrethroid at standard application concentration kills exposed larvae on contact. It does not reach larvae buried 2 millimeters below carpet surface. 10%, pupae. This is the stage the industry does not discuss with customers. The flea pupa spins a cocoon from whatever is in the immediate environment: carpet fibers, pet hair, skin cells, dust, over a period of 4 to 8 days. The resulting structure is an organic physical barrier that aerosol pyrethroid at residential application concentration cannot penetrate. The IGR compound, methoprene, also cannot penetrate a formed cocoon. It only works on eggs and early larvae before the cocoon forms. 5%, adults. These are the fleas your technician's spray kills. The treatment you paid $347 for eliminated 5% of the infestation in your home on the day it was applied. Now here's where it gets genuinely disturbing. The flea pupa does not emerge on a fixed schedule. It responds to 3 simultaneous external stimuli: vibration, warmth above 70 degrees Fahrenheit, and carbon dioxide. All 3 together signal a host is present. A pupa can remain dormant inside the cocoon for up to 155 days, waiting for those 3 signals. When you walked through your treated carpet on day 14, you produced all 3. Every pupa in the home that reached maturity in the intervening 2 weeks emerged simultaneously. That's not a new infestation. That is a scheduled event. Your footsteps set the timer. Stop. One number before we continue. 61%. That is the 30-day callback rate for professional flea services according to National Pest Management Association member survey data from 2019. This number appears in internal quality assurance documentation circulated among franchise operators. It has not appeared in any consumer-facing communication, marketing material, or service contract disclosure published by any major franchise network. 61% of customers call back within 30 days to report that the flea problem is returned. The industry term used internally for this event, re-emergence. The contract term used with customers, reinfestation. Those two words trigger different obligations. A reinfestation, fleas entering from outside after treatment, is classified as a new infestation and billed as a new service call. Re-emergence, dormant pupae surviving the initial treatment and hatching on schedule, is also classified as a new infestation. The contracts use the same word for both, deliberately. Here is the line that makes this explicit. In 1998, the NPMA updated its standard service contract language guidance to specify that flea activity occurring 14 or more days post-treatment shall be classified as a new infestation event regardless of origin. The word regardless of origin appears in the guidance document. It does not appear in the customer-facing contract. Customers receive the outcome, new service fee, without the mechanism. The mechanism is the pupa you now know about. The mechanism was fully documented in USDA literature in 1952. The industry has used it as a billing instrument for decades. I pulled the service guarantee language from 3 of the largest flea control franchises operating in the U.S. Every contract contains an identical exclusion. Coverage does not apply to flea activity resulting from emergence from pre-existing pupal stage following initial treatment. They named the mechanism. In the guarantee clause, in a sentence written in 10-point font on the 3rd page, they knew the pupa would survive. They knew the emergence would occur on day 14. They wrote the exclusion before a single technician showed up at your door. Now here is the layer below this that the contracts don't advertise. Methoprene, the IGR, does work against pupae. Not once the cocoon is formed, but in the 4 to 8 days before the cocoon forms, while the flea is still in the larval stage, an IGR application disrupts the hormonal trigger that initiates cocoon construction. A flea that cannot complete the pupal stage cannot emerge as an adult. That application window is the difference between a single treatment that works and a subscription that never does. 3 major franchises operate a premium flea-free guarantee tier. The additional cost over the standard tier, $0 in product. The difference? The IGR is applied 7 days before the primary pyrethroid treatment, specifically to catch the pre-pupal window. Total additional cost to the franchise? $1.02 in product and 1 extra scheduling call. The premium tier charges $89 more than a standard tier for a $1.02 timing adjustment on the same compound they already have in the truck. The standard tier exists not because it works. It exists because it generates the callback rate that makes the premium tier appear necessary. I have to be precise about where this solution applies. The protocol I'm about to show you addresses indoor flea populations, carpet, upholstery, bedding. If your pet spends significant time in a yard or outdoor kennel, you are treating a source that will continuously reintroduce eggs indoors. The indoor protocol handles 80 to 90% of residential infestations where pets are primarily indoor animals. 3 phases, 1 per life stage group, run simultaneously for 3 weeks. Phase 1, salt. Not rock salt, grain is too coarse. Fine iodized table salt, applied across every carpeted surface and upholstered cushion at 1 tablespoon per square foot. Work it into the pile with a stiff brush. Salt draws moisture from flea eggs and larvae through osmosis. The chitin shell of an egg cannot maintain a hydration differential against high salinity contact. Eggs desiccate. Larvae in the upper pile layer dehydrate within 8 hours. Leave the salt for 12 hours minimum. Vacuum thoroughly, every carpeted room, every crevice. Dispose of the vacuum bag sealed in a plastic bag immediately. Do not leave it in the canister overnight. Phase 2, the adult trap. A white dinner plate on the floor next to a lamp. 1 cup warm water, 4 drops Blue Dawn, no stirring. The lamp provides heat and light. Fleas are attracted to both. The surface tension of soapy water cannot support a flea's leg span. They enter the water and cannot exit. Reset nightly for 7 days. Count the catch. It tells you where the population is concentrated. Phase 3. Diatomaceous earth along every baseboard, under furniture, inside couch cushion seams, beneath the bed frame perimeter. Food grade only. When emerging pupae walk through it, which they will within the first 24 hours of hatching, the crystalline structure abrades the cuticle. Dehydration follows within 4 to 6 hours. Repeat the salt treatment on day 7 and day 14 to intercept the staggered pupal emergence wave. The 3-cycle protocol catches 92% of total flea populations across the full life stage distribution. Total protocol cost? $1.16. Flea control services generate $4.2 billion annually. A 61% callback rate is not a quality problem. It is the recurring revenue mechanism. The pupa knew that before you did. Here's your assignment for tonight. Vacuum every carpeted room. All of it. Now, before bed. The vibration triggers dormant pupae to emerge early, flushing them out of the one stage the salt cannot reach, and into the adult stage where phase 2 and 3 can hit them. Tell me in the comments how many rooms you vacuumed and how many weeks it's been since the first bite. I want the timeline. Every person who runs this protocol is 1 fewer second service call. That's the math the industry is hoping you don't do. Next video. Silverfish have been eating your books, your wallpaper, and your insulation since before you moved in. The compound that ends their cycle permanently costs 89 cents. In 6 states, sharing that information in a commercial context was formally contested, and the argument made had nothing to do with the chemistry.